podcast where we are doing our activities. You can still follow us or get us live through Facebook Gwira Radio. Thank you very much. You can also be able to search to the platform that is social media platform like Chrome and whatever, Gwira Radio, where we are always live 24 hours there doing our activities. Now today, I think you have worked up very well. Thanked God, prayed, called the power of God to be able to carry you throughout the day, called the Lord to be able to minister all, to take control of whatever you are doing. You have called the name of the Lord so that your things can go on well as planned. You have also called the Lord to be able to protect your parents, your working mind, your classmates, your friends, and the rest. Because we say, in God, in the name of the Lord, there is power. There is power of good things. There is mysterious things in that place. So thank you very much. It is 42 minutes past 6. Remember, today our discussion is about leadership and governance. My good friends, watching from that side, when you just hear the name leadership, when you just hear governance, when you just hear well-being, what do you understand? Remember, governance or government is a relationship between the people who are ruled and the people being ruled. To your position, where are you? Have you been ruled or are you ruling? So, if you are ruling, what are your roles? If you have been ruled, what are your roles toward the people who are ruling you, toward the government? What are you supposed to do? Which activities show that you are Kenyan citizen and you are being ruled? Do you understand the constitution of the country? Do you understand who you are? Thank you very much. Thank you for following. I'm Niza Junior Sauti Nikani, the diverse voice in the coastal region. Today we want to talk about the relationship between ODM and UDA. Remember, UDA is the ruling party in Kenya with the President William Samoei Ruto. So the full meaning of UDA being United Democratic Alliance. United Democratic Alliance. That is the full meaning of UDA. When we talk about ODM, the full meaning is Orange Democratic Movement. Unaona kuna ka relationship hapo. So today, when we talk about relationship, what do you mean? So there's a relationship between, when you say there's a relationship between one person and another, inamaanisha kuna venye wanalingana, kuna vitu zenye wanazifanya pamoja, tunataka kuzilinganisha hapa, so that you can be able to know, yes, this is ODM, which was being ruled by Raila Amolo Odinga. May his soul rest in eternal peace. The UDA is being led by President William Samoei Ruto. Yeah, what is their relationship? If they come together to decide this is a goal we are going to work upon, this is something we are going to plan, this is what we are going to do for the citizen, this is what we are going to do for the two political parties, so that we can come into a good agreement between one political party and the other. So the tension is all about joining the government to have a seat at the table and the party identity. So remaining a strong independent opposition. So here there are two things which are contradicting each other. Now if ODM decides we are going to sit at the table and have opposition being identified by the government, sitting government, which is UDM, have party identity. So if you have identity in someone, but if you have identity all on, you have been given a certain position, it means that some decisions you will be involved in making them because you have a position in that place. Just like a position in a certain working environment, you have been given a certain position like organizing secretary. Remember, being given that position means that you are going to interact with those people fully by making different decisions, coming up with ideas and agendas which are going to run something in a common decided goal. So if this ODM decides to meet with UDM to have a seat, to have a party identity, it means it is going to take part in making of some decisions in the government. Another one contradiction is between them is remaining an opposition, a strong independent opposition. Remember, when you are independent, it means you are not dependent on from something or somebody else. So you just decide, I'm going to remain independent myself. There's nothing I'm going to ask from this side. There's nothing I'm going to ask from this friend. I'm going to remain independent and do my own things in my own way. Because they're not going to tell me that someone is independent, then shall be able to go and talk with a different person how we are going to make this procedure, how these things is going to be meant. Because you are very independent, it means your ideas are concentrated within you yourself, not many particular group. So if ODM decides to remain a strong independent opposition party, it means the decision is going to make shall be within the ODM party itself. There's no inclusion of any other different party. And because today we are talking about UDA and ODM relationship. So if it decides to remain a strong independent opposition party, it means in its making of decision, it's not going to involve the sitting political party, which is ODM. And as I have just said that remaining independent means in every thing, every decision you're going to make it yourself. There is no inclusion of other people. So it means if ODM decide to remain independent for opposition, it is going to work alone, organize its members, talk about different decisions and ideas without inclusion of the UDA party. So here we are going to look at the conflicting viewpoints. My friends, remember this is a Gwera podcast where you're getting me live from the YouTube Gwera podcast. I'm your host, Naiza Junior, Sauti ya Nyikani, the deepest voice in the coastal region. So the conflicting viewpoints, the cause for cooperation. When we talk about cooperation, it is working together. When you say Naiza is going to cooperate with a different person, it means we are going to work together in a stated goal to meet it. Because we cannot say we are going to cooperate and have no stated goal. There must be a stated goal. Now we have decided to cooperate. What are we going to do? Which activity are we going to work out? Which plan do we have? So mostly it is believed working with UDA, ODM can influence policy. So drive the government agenda from the inside rather than just criticizing from the sidelines. So if ODM works with UDM, it means it is going to sit together, influence the government which is UDA, make agendas together, make agendas from inside, not from sidelines. Remember, when you are making agenda from sideline, ni kama you are not part of them. Unaongea, lakini points zako zinachukuliwa tu kidogo kidogo. It takes a lot of time for you to know that these people are working about what you spoke about. But now, if you sit with them, you align yourself with the policies of those people, you are going to make the agenda from inside. So ODM can make the agenda from inside if it is the case for cooperation with the UDM. Making agenda from inside, it means everything the government is ready to do, there must be consultation. Now, my friends from ODM, this is what we want to do. What is going to happen? Do you agree with us? Then the ODM just decide, no, whatever we do this and this, it is going to be more better than what you have just said. Making agendas from inside. We talk about also resource allocation. If there's this cooperation between ODM and UDA, ODM is going to benefit. Its constituencies are going to get more developed. They are going to receive projects and government attention. Remember, most of the time it is believed also, when you cooperate with someone and remain in touch with that person, things are going to be different. Huwezi niambia venye nimekaribiana na mtu itakuwa sawa na nikiwa niko mbali na mtu. La hasha. When we just come together, cooperate, understand each other, every time we are seen together, it means the cooperation is becoming stronger and stronger. So there, I'm going to receive some new things which I never received before. So ODM, cooperating with the government, its constituencies are going to develop. They are going to receive more allocations. And remember, the government is going to keep an attention to them. When you are near someone, it means the attention is very high. Mnasikizana kwa urahisi sana. Ukisema kitu, inachukuliwa kwa nguvu. Si kuchukuliwa urahisi. So this one can be able to make them develop in the activities which they are undertaking. If they do not have enough funds to raise something or to come up with a new project, they just go to the sitting government and tell them, now my friend, we have cooperated, we need this amount of money, we have this certain project, can it be able to work? How can you be able to succeed in the region? Stability, reduced political the 2022 elections and subsequent protest. With the cooperation between UDA and ODM, what can happen? The reduction of political heat. Remember, in this country, the political party which has been creating tensions. Unapata hata kama ni nani anaongopa kisikia ni ODM. So, with that, there's reduction of political heat in the country. Because you may meet it when the ODM just says, now our fellow citizens, our fellow followers of the political party ODM, this is what we are going to do. This is how we are going to cooperate. You find people are following up. They want to know, yeah, let's do this. We are the great followers of ODM. This is what we are going to do. That one, cooperation between UDA and ODM will create a reduction of political heat. Unapata nchi imetulia kwa sababu wameungana pamoja na UDA na wanaelewana. Wakiwa wanaelewana, hakuna mahali utapata the position. There is a problem with that. There will be no problem. There will be reduction in political heat. Utapata vitu vinaenda tu vimetulia. Also about protests. Remember, when one side of the party decides, now we are going to create some protests because of the city government is not doing this and this, what happens? You find many youth decide, yeah, we are waiting for that. Let's go for it. Our leader has mentioned it. Let's go for that. No. But when there is this cooperation, those things will be reduced. Because unapata, sio watu wako kwa serikali ya UDA, wameungana pamoja wanasikizana. So, the youth just decide, now things are good. There's no problem with that. Things are good, so there's no need for going for protest. Let's now look at the case for independence or opposition between these two relationship of ODM and UDM. So, leaders in this camp worry that saying too close to UDA will bring some disadvantages. Remember, ODM is a political party. UDA is a political party. UDA is the leading political party in the government. That is it, with the President William Samoei Ruto. And with that, ODM, we may say, it's on the side of opposition. Okay, remember, this is the Gura podcast from wherever you are. Keep on following. I'm your host, Niza Junior, Sauti Yani Kani, the diverse voice in the coastal region. So there's some worries. Even yourself, when you're cooperating with a person who was your enemy, sometimes you may think there's a certain problem which is going to arise in that. And when you think there's a problem which is going to arise in that, you have to make up with your mind and decide, okay, now what is going to happen if I follow this route? What if I just decide, no, I'm not going to follow this route and divert to a different one? What is going to happen? So this political party, been working together, they think about the illusion of the brand. So make ODM look like subsidiary of the ruling party, making it harder to campaign against them in 2027. So with ODM joining, cooperating with UDM, they may think, now we have cooperated with this government and we are working together. So it looks like we are part of them. There will be a tension, there will be a fear. Now, how are we going to work? How are we going to campaign on our side in 2027? It becomes harder for them to be able to campaign in 2027. Because there's no way you can be with that person. You're running for the same area. You have the same plan. You have the same mission and vision, which is 2027 ODM and UDA presidential candidate. Then you cooperated with this political party. Every time you are seen together. Then after some time, you are deciding, oh no, there's somewhere I left a diversion. I have to go back and pick from there. Now I want to go for a presidential election. I have my own candidate. How are you going to say I'm going to leave this cooperation and be myself, be independent at this side? Haitaeleweka. So that is a fear from the political party ODM. How are things going to work in 2027 if they cooperate with the sitting political party? Internal power vacuums create confusion of who leads the party if the top rank is busy with the government ministerial roles. So, internal power vacuums. They are thinking now, the people want to know who's leading this political party, ODM. But you find because of the cooperation which has been created between ODM and UDM, this leader who was elected or nominated, or who is doubt to be the leading of this political party, ODM, is very busy in ministerial roles which are being given from the side of the sitting government. And this person becomes very busy with the sitting government. And if people forget, now, who's taking part as the chairman of this side? Who's the ruling political leader in this side? So that one is internal power vacuums. The last part of it is loss voter trust. Remember, alienate supporters who feel themselves as under government or who are unhappy with the current economic situation. Remember, not every citizen is happy about the ruling government. Remember, each person has his own interests. They have different personalities. You cannot be able to tell me that the same person can view the government in the same way with another different person. These people have to view it in a different dimensions. So, if ODM cooperates with the UDM, it may have a loser voter trust because they are unhappy with the current economic situation. Thinking now, look at these people. What is happening? What is not happening? What's the leader of ODM? Why are they cooperating with the government? Look at the economic situation. They just decide now they are supposed to be fighting for our side on the economic situation. But look, what are they doing? They are cooperating with the government. So they lose voter trust. So thank you very much for giving on watch. Thank you very much for giving on follow. Remember, this is Gura Podcast, where we are live on YouTube. Also, you can get us through Facebook, Gura Radio. You can get us through Chrome and Gura Radio, online radio. So, my friend, thank you very much for following on this 21st January 2026. We are our topic. We have been able to interact from this side, stating the relationship between ODM and UDM. The challenge, the discussion is not yet closed. We shall continue. I was your host, Naiza Junior, Sauti ya Nyikani. Remember to keep on following. You subscribe, you like, you follow, and share, and things are going to be good. May you have a blessed